The sound of a wok against flame, sharp, rhythmic, almost musical. You can hear it in every Chinatown across Canada, that sizzling heartbeat of soy, ginger, and garlic. From Vancouver's neon-lit alleys to Halifax's cozy corner cafes, Chinese cuisine has become more than a meal. It's part of who we are. And like every great story, it started with a bit of courage, a lot of improvisation, and a pinch of sugar where oyster sauce used to be. It began over a century ago, when Chinese immigrants came to build the railway, and in a way, built the foundation for an entire food culture. With limited ingredients and unfamiliar surroundings, they adapted on the fly. Cabbage instead of bok choy, beef instead of pork, sweet and sour for subtlety. They cooked for miners, loggers, farmers, and families who might never have seen a wok before. And while they were paid pennies, they gave back something priceless: flavor, comfort, and the beginnings of a new kind of Canadian cuisine. In Vancouver, the story still simmers on. At Mott 32, the duck is roasted over apple wood, carved with surgical precision, and served on porcelain that probably costs more than your first car. It's elegant, refined, the kind of meal where you whisper instead of talk. But just a few streets away, Bao Bei Chinese Brasserie feels like a warm hug in chopstick form. The music is modern, the lights are low, and the Shaoxing braised pork belly glows like caramel in a bowl. It's comfort food that wears red lipstick. In Toronto, the scene turns bold and loud. Sonny's Chinese tucked into a back alley of Kensington Market, where the chilies are redder, the heat's higher, and the chefs mean business. Their Chongqing chili chicken hits you like a spicy love letter, fiery, fragrant, and impossible to forget. It's the kind of dish that clears your sinuses, fixes your mood, and makes you promise to come back next week. Over in Montreal, where cobblestone streets meet Cantonese kitchens, Le Piment Rouge is proof that food memories can last decades. This is where the famous Hunan dumplings in peanut sauce were born. Silky, nutty, a little sweet, and completely addictive. They're a cross between dim sum and dessert, and if you eat more than 5, you start calculating how soon you can return without looking suspicious. Travel inland to Winnipeg, where Sundays belong to Kumkun Garden. If you've never done dim sum in the prairies, it's an experience worth the trip. Carts rattle between tables piled with bamboo baskets, each one a small miracle of texture. Shrimp dumplings, pork buns, rice rolls glistening with soy. The air hums with steam, conversation, and the occasional toddler determined to grab the teapot. It's noisy, it's joyful, and it's home. A few blocks away, Dragon Palace is the kind of place that still writes "family special" on the menu and means it. Their Calgary-style ginger beef could easily double as national treasure, crispy, sticky, and perfectly balanced between sweet and heat. It's proof that sometimes the simplest food is the most brilliant. As one old customer once told me, I come for the ginger beef, stay for the leftovers, and usually eat them on the drive home. And then there's the East Coast gem, Look Ho Ho in Halifax. Serving since 1959, it's a time capsule of Canadian Chinese comfort. Red booths, glass bottles of pop, and plates of chop suey that haven't changed since your grandparents were dating. The food's hearty, familiar, and deeply nostalgic, the edible version of a favorite sweater. You don't need a cross-country road trip to taste this story. Some of its best moments can happen right at home, in your kitchen with a little courage and a lot of sauce. Start with Calgary ginger beef. Slice your steak thin, toss it in cornstarch, and give it a quick fry until it's shatter crisp. Then mix up soy sauce, vinegar, sugar, and ginger until the sauce turns glossy and dark. It's fast, it's fun, and yes, you'll probably make a mess. But that first bite, the crunch followed by that perfect sweet heat, worth every napkin. Next, General Tso's chicken, the hero of every takeout menu. Cubes of chicken fried golden, then tossed in a sauce so shiny it could star in a shampoo commercial. There's garlic, ginger, chili, and a splash of vinegar to keep things interesting. It's the dish that somehow tastes like both a celebration and a small victory. If you're after something simpler, Dan Dan noodles are your secret weapon. Boil your noodles, stir together chili oil, sesame paste, soy, and garlic, and top it all with a spoonful of ground pork or mushrooms. It takes 10 minutes, and it tastes like a lifetime of practice. The flavor builds with every bite, nutty, spicy, and just the right kind of messy. And for dessert, the humble Hong Kong egg tart. A little pastry, a little custard, and a lot of happiness. You mix sugar, milk, and eggs, pour them into store-bought shells, and watch them puff and wobble to golden perfection. They're delicate, buttery, and dangerously snackable. Let them cool before biting in. Or don't if you like to live dangerously. The full recipes for each of these are waiting at discovercanadainstyle.com because some stories deserve a second helping. Chinese cuisine in Canada has always been more than food. It's resilience on a plate. It's history served hot. It's the story of people who came from far away and made something beautiful out of what they had. From the rough-hewn kitchens of railway camps to the polished tables of Vancouver's fine dining rooms, the journey is written in every bite, from chop suey to ginger beef, from dim sum to egg tarts. And somewhere between those flavors, you can taste belonging. Because food at its best is a kind of memory, one you can share. And this one, sweet, spicy, tender, and full of life, might just be one of Canada's greatest. I hope you enjoyed this episode of Canada on a Plate. For full recipes, photos, and more stories from Canada's table, visit discovercanadainstyle.com.